Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is one of your first times joining me, welcome. If you've joined me through Facebook or if you've joined me through YouTube, make sure that you like my Facebook page. Also make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the bell, and you'll get notified immediately as soon as I upload a new video. So this is my Thursday night. This is my now what part of the series. And, sometimes, you have to revisit old things that you've done in the past or old things that have been around in the past. So hello, Peggy, my friend. I hope you're feeling well. In any event, we are going to go down and we are going to revisit the Stampin Trimmer. This tool I don't think gets used enough. I want to give you a couple of tricks to do this. And what we're going to do is we are doing a center step fold card. And by doing this, I'm showing you how you can actually maximize more with your trimmer. I've been told that the Stampin' Up Trimmer is probably the most concise, like precise trimmer that's out there. I don't know. I use it, so I'm not sure. This is a brand new trimmer, and I learned this. I had it in my studio, but because I had one upstairs, and then I started using my guillotine trimmer, which is a big no-no anyways. Oh, that's good, Peggy. I'm so glad. In any event, I want to show you a tip and a trick. I just take saffron cardstock, any light colored cardstock, and it's 1/4 inch. And what you want to do is we want to take this and we want to mark this and put this right on this part of our trimmer so that the numbers show up really, really easily. Now, there's a way of putting this on, and then once you've got it on there, it stays on there forever. So I'm just going to come in with my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to take a glue dot. These are obviously old glue dots. I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put one at the other end. Whoops. And this is going to aid you in your cutting of your cutting and scoring of your fancy fold cards. There's so many that you've got to measure down so much and everything else. And by doing this, this makes it so much easier. And honestly, I don't know why we don't have one, why it doesn't come that way. Maybe the next one, when they go to redesign it, will have it. That's for sure. But there's also a few other things that you could get for your trimmer, which is a reverse ruler. But at this point, we really don't need something like that. Hello. All right. So all I'm going to do is I'm just putting that right along this edge. Like I say, it's 1/4 inch. And I'm just taking it. This is a brand new trimmer. Just going to put, whoops, put that right along there. And now what you have is you have these all marked. And when we go to put it at a certain spot, we then have it. You can see it. Also, I prefer to have my my score up at the top. That's just a preference of mine. And I like to have the cutter down below here. If you find these fall out, I just put an elastic band around there. So now what we want to do is I want to do a center fold card. Now, with this particular card, I've gone ahead and I've done a few things ahead of time because I wanted to make sure. Now, I will share a template of this. My template is all backwards. This is my template that I have for it, and it's all, like I say, backwards. So we don't want to follow my poor designs. So I went and we're going to be playing with the Santa Express suite. Have you seen the one? Oh my goodness, I just love it, in the mini catalog with the designer series paper. In any event, we're using this bundle. I've gone ahead and what I did was I used this embossing folder This is 5.5 by 8.5. I haven't got anything scored. So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks along the way. What I did was I used this whimsical woodland one. I couldn't use the one that goes with the suite because it's the narrower ones. So I did this and I measured this and put this in where it's 3 inches down from the top. And the reason being for that, then I have at least part of what I need to have embossed is embossed with that. And this is a 3D embossing folder. All right. And we're going to use this designer series paper. We could have used this one too. This one's kind of fun. But I wanted ones with the trees to kind of go along with that. But I'll give you those measurements as we go as well. Now, the beauty of having this, when this is done like this, is it makes it so easy to see those numbers. Like I say, it's a real treat to be able to see those numbers. Okay, so what we want to do, this is a centerfold landscaped card. So like I say, I will put a template. I will hook it up to my Facebook group. I'm going to measure this at 1 inch, 1 inch on that side. I'm measuring at 3 inch. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to that 3 inch mark and we're going to push that blade down and we are going to cut down to 7.5 inches. And on here, right here, is also a mark that you can go ahead and mark that completely there. So then what you could do is you could turn around. We want to make sure that that's cut all the way through. We could turn this over and measure it at the 1, but I want 1 inch from there. This is 5.5, so I'm going to have to go at 4.5 inches. You notice I kept this right here, so that's at the 7.5 inch mark. Press down and cut up to the 3 inch mark, just like that. And see how much easier that is with these lines here. Like I say, there's so many different things in, hello, oh my goodness. I think we have really nice weather all across the continent. I would hope so anyways. All right, so then we now have this at, we've got it cut. Now what we want to do is score. So we make sure that we've got the scoring up at the top. And now what I want to do is I'm going to go into the 1 inch mark there. I'm going to go into a 1 inch right here. And I am going to score from the 1 inch to the 4.5 inch. Just like that. And then I'm going to move this up to 2 inch. I'm going to score at the same lines again. And you notice what I tried to do is I tried to leave this thing, the scoring blade or the cutting blade, right where it was left afterwards. So from the 1 inch to the 4.5 inch, just like so. And then we're going to go up to 4.5 inches over here. And then I'm just going to score on the outer part here and on this part right there. And then this goes to the 5.5 inch mark, which when you see right across here should score right there. I'm going to come from the 1 inch down to the 4.5 inch. And that's basically our scoring and our cutting for our centerfold card. Without your trimmer and using it as far as on a scoring board, I find the trimmer's the best because it cuts and you can do everything there. So good evening. All right. Now, so all you're going to do then is you are going to come in and we are then going to, I'm going to fold this into a valley or into a mountain, into a valley, and into a mountain. And then these ones are going to be, this is the mountain right there. And then this just, because I've done that, I'm probably going to have to switch this around, but this is okay. So this just goes like that. This is going down here. I know this looks a little confusing to begin with, but it's really quite simple. All right. And then I'm just going to come in with my bone folder. And actually, this is not at 4.5, it's 4 1/4. I think it's actually, there we go. I just want that there. And then I'm going to come in with my bone folder. All right. And all those bone folders I had there, where would one be, right? Because I tend to take them all over the place with me. All right. Well, we'll fix that up. We'll just go in and there we go. You know what? I can't find my bone folder, so I'm just going to go ahead and just use my ruler. There we go. So now we have that where this is going to sit just like this as a center fold card. Now, I wanted, like I say, I wanted to put this down here. This is a piece of, this is measured wrong too. That's fine. We'll just go in and measure because what we're featuring is our trimmer, that's for sure. So this is going to measure at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So that's going to be 3 inches by 3 inches. So let's bring in our trimmer again. One other thing with the trimmer is always make sure that you go one way and then you also go the opposite way. And that keeps, it's easier for when you go to, it doesn't, your blades don't dull as fast. And that was, so now we're going to go 3 inches or 2 3/4 inches with this designer series paper. And 2 3/4. But like I say, go up and down with it. That is the best way. And your blades will last a little bit longer. So this is just going to go on here like so. So I'll just glue this. Now also your trimmer, if you can, when it comes to the basic white, you can cut more than one piece at a time. I tend not to. I kind of like not to have too much on there. But see how nice that looks with, you know, and I could have reversed this. I could do it this way where I could have it coming down. But you know what? We'll leave it this way for now. All right, so that's going to go in there like so. And then what I had decided to do was I had thought to myself, well, let's go ahead and let's use the train on here. So I had, and I actually have a video on how to do this, is how to make your templates. So I had made a whole pile of templates and I'd cut out a bunch of these. And it just makes it for very, very easy cutting and putting your stuff together. So what I'm going to do, did you use the yellow for the strip? This, yes, the strip that I use, so saffron is what I use for the strip. All right, so I went ahead and I cut this stuff out ahead of time and I did color this. So I thought this would be kind of fun to color and keep it in the green tones. But then when I looked at it, it didn't really show up. So I came in with my stylish shapes and I'm going to pop this up. This Santa Express is such a cute set. Like I say, I'm doing a mega tutorial with it. Fancy fold cards. I'm doing some bag toppers, some treat bags, that sort of stuff. Is a mega tutorial. Anyways, we're going to put this down. Let's see, I want it there, but I want because this is going to go like this, and I want my train tracks to go across. And I'm thinking, let's see, I'm going to put it about there. So I'm not going to use the whole one. I wonder what that would look like. No, it was a thought. All right, so let's go ahead and put this on here. We're going to put our railroad tracks. And like I say, I could have had it going underneath, but I think that would have distracted from it. There we go. And then our train is going to come down here. And we're going to pop that train up as well. So the colors that I actually used to color this train, and I wanted this train to match the designer series paper and the mint macaron cardstock. So I used shaded spruce. I used mint macaron. And then for the gray, I actually used gray granite, and I used poppy parade. And those were actually the colors too that were also in the the designer series paper. All right, so this is going to go here. And then, of course, I have, oh my goodness, I think I've lost one. Nope, I've got them all. And I also have the smokestacks that are there. So I think we're going to put this on here now, and then I'll put the smokestacks on. Now, you could also use that puff paint. That would be really good. Yes, white will work as well for your things. I happen to use yellow because I find, just to let you know, if I don't use the yellow, it kind of goes in and you don't see the difference on for the white there, but that's just a personal preference. So now my two cutters have that like that. Okay, so this is just going to go like this. We're going to come in with our little baby dimensionals. And let's see. And we're going to put these on here. And then we have to figure out, what do we want to put on this card? Do we want, and I'll show you the sentiments that are available. So let's go. Puff. Puff. And one over here as well. There. Cute. It could have been white. The white would have shown up a little bit better, maybe. And then this is kind of a boy's card. Now what I want to do is I want to put a sentiment on here. So I could do Merry Christmas, Elf approved and sleigh delivered, special delivery just for you. I kind of want one that goes a little bit along there. So I think what I'll do is I'll use the Merry Christmas or Elf delivered. Let's do the Elf one. I haven't used that one yet. Go. And of course we are going to, let me just line this up. Do you line up your stamp like that? There we go. So I did save time by doing that coloring ahead of time. So let's come in with our embossing buddy. Oh, thank you. This is your favorite one, Lynn? You know what? I was drawn to this. I keep saying I'm not into cutesy cards, but I'm really drawn to cutesy cards lately. Like I've gone from, oh no, I'll never have those cutesy cards. Even when my grandkids were small, I never really did that much with it. However, now this one's so cute. I've got so many ideas. I have a really neat card that I'm going to do, and I'll probably do a video for it later on. But I've just got to get this workshop done. And oh my goodness, I can't wait to do that card. It'll be so much fun. Oops. Let me just, there. Yeah, I use these for my my embossing powder. Always when I had classes, it was so much nicer. I taught them how to use it that way, and then that way I didn't have it going all over the place. Well, we still had it going all over the place. Who am I trying to kid, right? There we go. Now just heat this up. It's a different card. Like I say, it's got the trees that go along with it. We could do some other things. I could have done some more decorating on it, but I thought, well, we'll keep this fairly straight just for this. Like I say, what we wanted to feature tonight was the new trimmer. So we're going to put this here. You know what? I'm going to come in with my trimmer because I don't like how big I had that. That was just a scrap piece of paper. This is so nice. This is a brand new trimmer. Oh my goodness. When you do get a trimmer, you get a protective covering on here, and you can just take that off as well. Do any of you guys cut that way? I'm awful when I cut that way. This comes from scrapbooking, where I just go and cut. So we've got that about 1/2 inch there. So there we go. Got 1/2 inch on that side as well. There we go. And we're going to pop that up there. Yes, I usually do that too, and I usually use a my paper piercing mat. Why do I keep calling it piecing? But anyways, but if you're doing with a Versamark, I find it's not too bad. There we go. All right, so this is just going to go here. There we go. And then, have you seen those? I know these don't go. It's the snowflakes that go with this embellishment with this suite. The adhesive back seasonal dots. I thought these green ones would look amazing on here. So I'm going to use those. I've got a lot. I actually ordered the wrong thing. So I have a few of these. So let's go ahead. Oops, put there. And I think this is one that we could go ahead and use 5. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In there, and I think I want this one up there. Right. Now, if I wanted to, I could turn around and I could use this puff paint. I could use it on his beard. Like how that one went. I'm going to stick this back on this part there. I could put snow along here on the bottom. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I just might, but I might do it in a bit different. So there's my card for tonight. Like I say, the feature of what we're doing, what I did tonight, is your Stampin' Trimmer. Remember to use your trimmer as much as you can. I am doing actually another one of these fancy fold cards for this Hues of Happiness stamp camp that we have this weekend, and it's part of my alternative projects. And without the use of this trimmer, I would not be able to do that card. So this is just sort of a warm up for the people that are doing it. So in any event, there we go there. There's a green card. This train, it could be any color train. You could go a traditional train. I have another really cute idea that I can't wait to do. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do it on a Monday where it's not a normal card that I would do because it's a 3D project that I want to do. All right. So on Saturday, it's part of our International Stamp Camp. I plan to be on at 11 o'clock. Or 9 o'clock. I'm not sure. It'll be 9 or 11 o'clock. Just watch for an announcement on my Facebook group for my sketch challenge. And then back to Monday again. So anyways, wrapped around your paper piecing mat. Yeah, and that's a great idea too. Betty, honestly, I've got way too many paper piecing mats. And that all comes from having classes and people having their own paper piercing mat at their desks. So I did all over that place. But anyways, all right, you guys, have a great evening. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that you'll do this to your trimmer. It doesn't do any damage to your trimmer, but it lets you see your numbers a whole lot better. In any event, have a good evening. Bye for now.